Now I'm going to show you how to achieve depth of field and dimension. These are two very important things that you need to kind of just have a basic understanding of when painting, but it's not that hard. It's a lot easier than it looks, and I will show you, and we'll start with this photo of an orange. Okay, I'm going to mix my colors. I am going to start with a red and an orange and also use white. So let's get these out. The red I'm using is CP Cadmium Red Light. And the yellow I'm using is Hansa Yellow Medium. These are both made by Golden. And I'm using a titanium white. Okay, to start off, I'm just going to kind of sketch this scene out a little bit. I usually like to sketch with a colored pencil. You don't have to use a colored pencil, you can just use a regular pencil, it's up to you. Okay, so I'm looking at this and I'm just gonna I'm gonna draw this out kind of on the picture plane. So this is where the back of the background meets. And then, so we know our orange is gonna come about right here. So this is where the shadow will be. And then above the ground, it'll be about here. So this is approximately the size of the orange. And I'm not going to do too detailed of a painting. I just want to give you some basic tips of how to achieve a painting an object that looks three-dimensional. All right. So let's go ahead and mix the colors. I'm using a filbert brush just because I prefer to paint with these for the most part, and because I'm painting a round subject, it helps having this round tip on the filbert to just go nice with the round shape. All right, so let's mix up a nice orange. And the key to all of this is you're going to have dark tones, light tones, and mid-tones. And we will definitely be adding in some black because you can see it gets real dark to the right of the orange. But the way that I look at these paintings and how I try to achieve a sense of dimension is I really just look at the photo. Or if this was a still life here in front of me, you just look at the shadows. So you see right here, this is a dark side of the orange. This is a shadow and it's making this all darker. You can see right here, this is like a hourglass shape of a mid-tone. It's more orange. And then this is lighter. That's how you're going to achieve dimension for the orange. And so let's just start. And you'll kind of keep adding like mid-tones, dark tones, and light tones throughout the whole thing and kind of blend it, but that's just a basic overview. So just like we do in my other classes, if you've taken them, which if you haven't, you'll learn, I'm going to block it out. So I have a nice, pretty much mid-tone right here, so I'm kind of just gonna block this out using this paint right here. Kind of get that hourglass shape in there. And there's a lot of variation in the mid-tone that we will go and add in, but it's just the initial steps are blocking it out. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and squirt out some black. Painting an object over and over and over, especially if you have the actual physical object in front of you, is a really, really good practice. I definitely recommend doing that if you can, because it'll be kind of like a 100-day project sort of thing. Paint an orange over and over and over, any sort of object over and over and over for good practice. Okay, so now I have a darker orange, dark color, so I'm going to paint it over here on the darker side. All right, and now let's mix up a light. Okay, that doesn't look like much to begin with, but it's a good start. Okay, so we've blocked out these major colors, and now we're gonna kind of blend them in together and try to achieve like a realistic picture of what this looks like. So I'm just gonna kind of go back and forth between this mid and dark tone and kind of just go in the shape of the orange. So imagine like an orange is round. So I'm kind of following the orange shape with my, the orange shape, the round shape with my paintbrush.